All right, so we're going to go into ICOs in a bit more detail. We're going to kind of go over what ICOs are profitable. ICOs are, lately because of these Bitcoin forks and things like that, which we're going to go into in the next lecture, altcoins have been really taking a dump. And you know what? I'll just go into it in this one. I'll just delete that lecture. I mean, basically, in a nutshell, you've got Bitcoin, which is the big daddy of them all, right? You've got, it's the first big crypto. Everybody's mining it. Everybody loves it. And then you have all these altcoins, and these altcoins are basically new coins on their own individual blockchain, or a coin that's a fork of a current blockchain, like Ethereum. Ethereum, one of the things that has driven Ethereum, as you can see, Ethereum was 31 cents at the ICO, and now it's $300. So, but it's a platform ICO, and this is a twofold lecture here. So, from everything, all the research, all the ICOs I've invested in, everything that I've done since the start, I've learned a couple key things about investing in ICOs. Number one, if you're going to invest in an ICO, invest in a platform ICO, an ICO that either has its own blockchain, fills a gap or fills a security hole or fills a transaction time or does something better and different than something that came before it. Okay, like if you look here, you've got Ethereum, then you've got IOTA, you've got Neo. These are platform coins. These are their own, what I consider true currencies, okay, true coins. Everything else is a token. These are coins. These are currency that people are using on for different things. Ethereum is big because it's what 95% of the ICOs you see about are built from. They're a fork of the Ethereum ERC20 blockchain. There are a lot of benefits to Ethereum. It's much faster than Bitcoin. So far, there's a lot of different things. The smart contracts, obviously, being the number one. Now, outside of that, if you're going to, with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is planning a fork, as has been the case over the past couple months, there have been a couple different forks. What you'll see that here, you know what? I'll go in here and I'll show you. When Bitcoin is planning a fork, which is the case now, you have a huge incline, right? Now, what you're not going to see a lot of is you're going to see a lot of buying and selling, but it's all pretty much at a steady incline. And what you see with all the other altcoins is that they plummet. So today is, for whatever reason, been a slightly up day for coins, but typically this is all red. Everything but Bitcoin, and BitConnect is typically red. Everything Bitcoin and BitConnect are always green together. But you see here all these major slumps, right? Well, this is because everybody's dumping their altcoin money to go in and buy Bitcoins. That's why you see all these big buy day, like these buy periods. This is a 15-hour chart. So let's look at an hour chart. Look at these huge candles. These are people just buying in droves, driving the price up. Way overbought. Just way overbought right now because everybody's preparing for this Bitcoin fork on November 16th. So on November 16th, what's going to happen, mark my words, you're going to see this. So right now, the price is at $7,343. It might get up here somewhere before that. It might even close in on $8,000 a coin before the 16th. And then what's going to happen? Everybody's going to get their forked coin. Okay, they're going to get their SegWit 2, and then they're going to dump it. They're going to sell Bitcoin, and they're going to go back to the alt market. And then you're going to see all these coins really start to shoot up again. This has already happened, so it's not like I'm predicting the future. It's just, I am, but based off of the historical facts that when Bitcoin forks, everybody dumps their alts because they know, because of the volatility of this stuff, they know that they can leave their altcoins. The altcoins are going to plummet in value, so they're just going to be able to sell their Bitcoin, make their profit, and then buy right back into the alt, and it's probably going to be less than it was when they sold it in terms of the price, or in terms of the original buy-in. Because the reason is, let's say I'm holding, let's say I'm holding IOTA, okay, and I decide, you know what, I've got a lot of IOTA, I'm going to dump it on a high note, and I'm going to put my money into Bitcoin. I'm going to make my forked coin, and then I'm going to go back into IOTA. Well, you know what, IOTA wasn't as profitable for me as maybe I think Qtum is, or any of these other altcoins. So they don't necessarily go back into the coin that they sold, they go into something different. So then there's this correction that's going to happen throughout the whole market where Bitcoin's going to go down, it's going to correct, depending on where it's at, it'll probably correct somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000. And you're going to see a lot of this volume, like right now we're at $198 billion in volume. It's absolutely crazy to me. And people are going to go back to the alts, and then you're going to see the alts rise. So right now, it's actually a really big buyer's market for altcoins because all these are down. Like Neo is typically over $30, and all of them are so much lower than they typically are. It's pretty crazy. Oh my God, or OMG, I don't even see it on here anymore. I know it's here. Civic, this was 50 cents. Let me look it up here. This was 50 cents. I own some Civic. I bought it at 50 cents. It's down to 28. It's time to double up, So that being said, that's what happens. Like that's how the price of Bitcoin and what's happening with Bitcoin affects all the altcoins. So what coins are going to show the most sustainability? What coins are going to show the best return over the long haul? Through the ups and downs, it's going to be the platform coins. When you're looking at an ICO and you're trying to review it, you're trying to think, is this going to be worth my money? Obviously, you want to look at, the team of the ICO, who's building it, who's involved, what sort of partnerships do they have, how popular is the ICO? Are they going to have the funds to actually complete do they have a prototype? Are they going to be able to complete the project and bring it to the market? All those things are obviously big components, but any coin, you either have your new currencies, your new blockchain coins, that sort of thing, which are huge. And long term, I see them all growing. As you can see, I mean, this is ICO stats. This tells you where the waves, but the percentage of profit and gain since it was it had its ICO. Or what also plays a big factor is an ICO whose project, platform, app, whatever it is, actually utilizes their coin. Like you need to purchase their coin to do X. Like a new one that I just bought last night was co-vesting, which is a platform where when I'm doing my swing trades, you'll be able to watch me do my swing trades. You'll be able to throw money into the system, and you will automatically buy and sell as I do. And then I'll make a percentage. I'll make like 18% of the profits that you generate from my swing trading efforts. I'm actually really looking forward to that because that's when I'm really going to get heavy into YouTube and things like that instead of just these courses. But you have to buy the co-vesting coin in order to get into the market and to do that. So that is going to be a big one. So when you're looking at investing in ICOs, keep those main key points in mind. Buy the platform coins. The new blockchain technology that comes out, I'll try to get a little piece of that as much as you can. And any system, platform, software, or otherwise that actually utilizes their coin, because the price of these coins are dictated based off of the demand, right, and the trade volume of them. So the more of these coins that are in circulation and being bought and sold back and forth and utilized and held, bought and held for a specific person, those are the things that drive the value up. So if I come out and I say, well, I'm going to start up a pizza shop and I'm going to come out with a cryptocurrency that represents my pizza shop and it's called Pizza Coin, but it absolutely does nothing, that coin's a pump and dumper. Like those are the coins that get pumped and dumped all the time. And they pull in the suckers to come in and spend a bunch of money. Like, oh my God, the coin's rising. It's up 140% in 1 hour. A bunch of people buy into it and then it dumps because the people that started the pump sell out and leave everybody else holding it back. There's nothing actually holding that coin value anywhere. So stay away from that sort of stuff, and hopefully this is helpful.